I know there are quite a lot of challenges, being away from home at that time of age of a person or an individual, whether a girl or a man. Um, you're going there as a student, a lot of expectation back home are coming in by, and there are quite also some positives about it. So before we come to that, and before we mention how life has been, what are the positives and what are the negatives? Your story, man, your story. What exactly happened?
So I was in Alaska,
Yes.
2008 through 2008, 9, 10. So in 2010, I convinced the University of Alaska coach to recruit one of my cousins from Kabenkuria, which he did. He was a very good student. The guy joined us in Alaska in 2010. So 1 year later, 2011, February, this guy called me. At that time, I was working at school. A student athlete, you are only allowed here in the U.S. to work on campus. So then he called me. He wanted to talk. I was just like, hey, where are you? I'm at school. Can we talk? And I was like, oh, baadaye basi ngoja nimalize kazi alafu tutaongea baadaye.
Yeah.
So baadaye kurudi nyumbani, jamaa alikuwa amejinyonga. So that was a shock to me because he had reached out. But then in my head, I thought the guy wanted, maybe, this is exactly what I thought when he said there's something he wanted to share with me.
Yeah.
The guy found a girlfriend and wanted to ask me as his senior, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
So I was really getting ready to be like, okay, this is going to be a big boys talk.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. And so our talk never happened. So, that guilt moment. Ile, unajiambia kumbe ningefanya hii, ningefanya ile, ningefanya
should have.
So there is that guilt. Na unajua sasa Mkalenjin, Mpokot mwenyewe. Hakuna siku atakuambia kuwa bwana hii, hapana kuna vile mambo imenilemea. Unajua wanaume unajikaza kiume. Unajiambia, with time, I am buying more time, this will be fine. So I bought myself a lot of time, not knowing that I was in a big, big trouble. I had a major depression because of that incident. So that was February. So then over time, it was so, of course, other people were the one who really saw what was happening with me. And my coaches and the athletics staff at the University of Alaska Anchorage was so worried about me. So then I was sent to mental evaluation. So they did and say, this guy is suffering from a major depression. So they prescribed me some antidepressants. So, that was around May. So summertime came, it was a lot of fun. Outdoors. Jua Alaska wakati wa summer, iko tu 24 hours. Masaa 24 tuko na jua.
Ni mchana.
Mchana kila wakati. So then I was doing good summer. Winter came in, your darkness plus cold plus now this new stress that I'm dealing with. I think it did a lot of harm to me. The antidepressant and all this. So then took some antidepressants in November of that year and went for a run. And then woke up and I was half frozen.
Wow.
Luckily, I was in a wood, most parts of Alaska within the University of Alaska Anchorage is really wooded areas, lots of trees.
Yes.
So I was able to use the trees around me to get myself up. And then I just walked. I really don't have a very clear picture of what I really did, but I remember snapshots of where I, what I think I know. And I didn't know how long I was out there until I stumbled a hotel that was nearby where I just emerged from wherever I was. And it was there that someone, I don't know who it was, asked me where I had been for 3 days. This is more than 56 hours in freezing weather in Alaska.
Jeez.
And then I don't remember what really happened by the time that guy asked me where I had been for 60 hours. My next consciousness was when, you know, I woke up to a lot of pain in my hands. And there's this familiar voice that I thought it was somebody I know, but I didn't. But later I came to realize that it was a doctor who was trying to stabilize my body temperature and talking to me as I was zoning out, coming on and off, on and off. So my brain, since like 3 a.m. to around noon, when I was coming back to my full consciousness, had registered this voice without me like really knowing who this person was. And I kind of remember one distinct thing he said when he asked, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I feel fine. My feet are fine. It's just my hands that are very painful." And I could hear this like concerned voice coming out of him going, "I don't like the idea that you are not feeling your legs. I like the idea that you're feeling pain in your hands because," and that is why I'm pushing myself through all the pain all the time. He said, "Pain is a sign of life. It's a sign of life." So any person or all the people listening to this have to understand today. Wakati wanasema kimeumana bwana, hii imekuwa uchungu, they have to know that, yes, that is a good thing because that is a sign of life. So that was, so November 6th was when I went for that run. And then November 9th was when I emerged. They had used all the state resources to try and find me, but they didn't. But then on November 12th was when the doctor made the decision that my feet were going to be amputated because gangrene was setting in. So I was losing my toes and toenails and all those. So there was no option for me. There was nothing like, what do you think we need to do? It was just, Marco, we are going to amputate both your feet below the knee. And, you know, I thought, you know, there was nothing that really, people ask me, so what did you feel when you were told that? And honestly, there was nothing I felt. You know, I just went numb. You know, you told that such, you know, sad and tragic news, you don't even know what to tell yourself. I was just like, you know, it's what it is, I guess. I don't even know. Like, I just remember I blanked out. I didn't even think about anything. It was just like so shocking and painful. And so it just sent me to a complete numbness. But, you know, November 17th, they amputated my feet. And, you know, I'm trying now to talk to myself. I'm trying to see, why am I where I am today? But then at the same time, I'm trying not to question a lot of things because I'm trying to heal and recover. So I, you know, a lot of things, asking myself so many questions. But one thing struck me, and this is where I believe my healing started. I asked myself, I am here because my cousin committed suicide. He tried to reach out to me, but I was not able to go and listen to what he wanted me to do. But then I realized in life, there are some things that we do not have control over and some things that we have control over. Had I had control over everything in life, what would have been the first thing that I would have controlled? Losing part of my body. But then I realized you didn't even have control over that. And this is your own body. And that is when I started talking to myself, say, you know what? In life, things are going to happen. Some you might have control over, some you will not. So then I started telling myself, you know what? From today henceforth, I'm going to worry about what I have control over, and whatever else I don't have control over, I will just leave it to take its natural course and see